in the top right corner. The Protoss player that just wants to have a bit of fun from the US of A. He is Max Angel, aka Astrea.
And in the bottom left here in the red, you're looking at the main base of the mad scientist of North America, the teamless Terran, Dolan.
Okay, what do we have here? It is Oxide, so Astrea showing that low ground, a gateway into probably an expansion. I don't think he wants to go super crazy proxy kind of fun. I think he just wants to yeah, maybe play a bit more aggressively than he would usually do. Maybe you know what I consider fun when playing Protoss is the fancy micro, the blink stalker micro kind of stuff, and maybe Astrea considers that fun as well and wants to go for that. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Dolan did elect to not open with Reaper. He's just instead building a Marine, which this probe will confirm. This probe actually getting kind of a good denial on that command center, delays it for a good maybe 10 seconds there, and gets on out of there as the Marine shows up.
Yeah, certainly Dolan here by going the Marine into reactor. That I said this yesterday and I was wrong, but in general, Marine into reactor does kind of, especially with only one gas, does kind of lead into multi-barracks play. And there we go. You know what? Stop clock is right twice a day, and I think this clock is stopped on the right spot, because we're going to get a second barracks, probably going to see a third racks in. And the game number one, Dolan says, yes. Do you like Stim Marines? I like Stim Marines. Stim Marines are a lot of fun. We're going to run them into your natural. How do you feel about that one?
I like it. This is obviously the preferred build over in well, not in all of Korea, but if we're looking at the Bian, and yeah, he's had decent results as of late against Protoss player. He favors this build a lot, and yeah, it's really down to the Protoss player figuring out that it's coming. Getting denied there for just a second on the command center, gets a second SCV. That is so frustrating here as Dolan. His command center was already delayed, and he gets, okay, doesn't get the Marine, but this SCV, will it be able to finish the command center? Okay, yes it does, but 3 SCVs, the Adept still alive. That is a good early damage here from Astrea.
Astrea, that is downright rude. Killing SCVs this early on, they're just trying to go home, have dinner with their family, and you gotta do them like that. That is rude, Astrea. You should not be allowed to do that. It's cruel. But yeah, no, the Adept here doing a great job, knocking down 3 SCVs, almost getting a Marine as well, and almost just permanently denying this. So now we're gonna have 2 Adepts here behind the mineral line. Of course, it is 3 Adepts that one-shot Marines, that one-shot, actually, I guess, yeah, it's 3 Marines that one-shot Marines, that one-shot SCVs. But even still, this is going to prevent mining for just about forever and a day, and of course the Adepts can pretty much get out whenever they want. There we go. Marines are going to start to get target fired on down here, but there are enough Marines at this point that the Adepts will get killed on off here. 1 Adept will escape. That's going to be about it. And behind this, what's Astrea doing? It's Phoenix play, and I really like this. Well, okay. In general, I really like this. I don't like it against this build. So in general, right, Phoenix play is fantastic against any sort of early Terran aggression. You lift up Hellions, you lift up Widow Mines, you deal with that. This is 3 racks play, and Vitamin, please tell me, how well do Phoenix do against a bunch of Marines?
Not so well, but I think Astrea has gotten a good enough read here, because if he just delays his third base for just a little bit longer, he did get his robo very early on, so he is producing an immortal here. So as long as he delays his third base for just a little bit longer and builds an appropriate amount of units to deal with this move out, the Phoenix are going to have value later on. The thing with this build here from Dolan is the medivacs are going to be extremely late, and if any medivacs that are coming out late are getting picked off by these Phoenixes, it's going to spell disaster for the Terran. But for now, Dolan is moving out with that Bioforce. Astrea knows what's coming for him though.
Yeah, absolutely. You talk about, oh, medivacs getting picked up by these Phoenix. That's not really going to be a thing because right now the Phoenix are just preventing any sort of starport from going up there. The SCVs keep trying to mine, and they're not allowed to. But now Dolan, is his turn. Stim is done. Combat shields are done. No concussive shells just yet. He's going to look to go on the high ground. Says, nah, there's an immortal there. There's going to be a second immortal there. I don't like that. That's scary. I'm going to go home. Meanwhile, of course, the Phoenix, they're having fun. They're killing SCVs. Now they won't because they're out of energy. But you know what? Can't always have all the fun. You know, sometimes you got to be a little bit kind and merciful to your Terran opponent.
Man, Astrea is really committing quite heavily into these Phoenixes. There are already 6 out on the map, and he's building more. So, yeah, quite a heavy commitment to that. He still hasn't gotten his 3rd base. He's going up to the robotics bait tech now, so gonna be seeing probably a bit of Phoenix Colossus, but I would like to see him take his 3rd base in the very near future.
Yeah, this is kind of the stats variant of Phoenix Colossus, where you go up to like 8-9 Phoenix, and then you go into your Colossus deck. And the reasoning behind this really is the fact that in standard Phoenix Colossus, right, you get 5 Phoenix. And then you have your Colossus, you go into your charge, and then you eventually get Blink, and it's fine. But you kind of lose the Phoenix after the first fight. Right, they go in, they lift stuff, they deal with Vikings, they do whatever, but they really are sacrificial units. However, if you go up to 8 or 9 Phoenix, that still is going to happen, right? You still will lose Phoenix over the course of the fight, but you're going to have them for multiple holes there, multiple fights. If the Terran goes a lot of tanks, you're just going to be you're guaranteed lifts, even if you do lose a couple Phoenix, which means that you're able to take that fight so much easier. It's just really an investment in multiple fights instead of just kind of that one fight idea. And also, you do have more catch potential, more harassment potential, but really, yeah, it is having that multiple fight idea. But Astrea, I mean, it feels like he's going over. No, he's going up to 9. There we go. Medevac will get target fired on down. The question, does he go to 10 plus? Because that is more than I think I've ever seen anyone go for.
Yeah, that would be a bit excessive, and I think Astrea has figured out what he's up against here now. There's no 3rd base. Oh, loses a Phoenix. They're a bit sloppy, but just wants to get a bit of confirmation what is in the main base there. Oh my god, is he just going to... Oh, that was a scary move there for a second. If those Phoenix were just a little bit closer to that cliff, these Medivacs go down with a lot of units inside of them. But yeah, Dolan up to 5 Rex, no 3rd base inside. So, yeah, Astrea, as long as you can keep him occupied with these Phoenixes here, that Terran army is not heading across the map where it wants to be with this all in.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I feel like you almost just recall the Phoenixes at this point. They really can't do all that much. You're still, as long as you recall to the main, you still will really have energy to defend your 3rd base, which where that going to be. There we go. Viking will get target fired on down. We don't even see the gears. We don't even see the dead body of the Viking. It just kind of disappears from the face of the earth. Just that's how powerful those Phoenix, what are they, pulsar beam? Whatever the Phoenix shots are. That's just how powerful they are in this game. But now Dolan looks like he's running out of his patience just a little bit. So he's going to find himself starting to move across the map. But hey, free tank. Astrea's going to be pretty happy with that one. I don't believe there are that many tanks in this army. Yeah, only 2. That 3rd one is really kind of where things start to snowball. So as long as Astrea can prevent that one, he's going to be very happy indeed. Now, his Phoenix can fight a little bit more. Charge is done. So, I mean, there's a lot of Zealots. Astrea has everything he needs. He's up 20 army supply. This should be a very easy hold for the maximum Angel.
Yeah, these Phoenix were buying so much time. This push is almost a minute and a half later than it wants to hit. And now, yeah, we see it in the supply, but not only in the supply, also in the tech. Extended thermal lens is done. All these Zealots have charged. They're going to be charging in onto these tanks now. Phoenixes are getting involved, picking up the tanks, taking out the Medivacs, whatever is on there. It's not a great fight for Astrea. He's losing a lot on it, but it's good enough. And he just gets the full cleanup here. Astrea takes the first map.
That he does. The Phoenix, they did a great job. You're right. They just buy. How do Phoenix buy 2 minutes at a time? That is very impressive there. Well done by Astrea. He was certainly having fun. But we saw that we saw the fun dichotomy. I don't think Dolan was having too much fun. Just with 9 Phoenix in his base for a solid multiple minutes. I don't know. If I'm a Terran player, I don't think that's exactly my definition of fun. And then my fun, which is, all inning with a bunch of tanks and bio or whatever, is it's delayed to the point where it's not really useful. That's not all that fun to me. So Astrea, he's a fun thief.
He's a fun thief, but that's completely fine. I think you gotta be a bit of a fun thief to be successful in StarCraft. You know, it's the same thing. It's a different race, but it's the same thing for the likes of Serral and Drainer, right? They steal the fun out of their opponents because they're just so good, and they, like you don't win games against them if you're not like a 7K MMR player on the ladder, right? Like anyone below that will just lose 98% of the time, and that's also not super fun. So different kind of fun stealing, but yeah, Astrea doing it the good old-fashioned Protoss way.
Yep, absolutely. But now we're gonna have to see whether he can continue to be a fun thief or whether Dolan is going to be able to have his fun in this game number 2, because we're loaded into it. 2,000 atmospheres. Let's do that thing. In the bottom left here, you're looking at the main base of the Red Terran player. He's down 1 game into this series. Can he mastermind his way to a game number 3? He is Dolan.
And in the top right corner, playing for Alpha X, he is the fun-loving Protoss player, Max Angel Astrea.
So I was kind of half thinking that we'd get some sort of proxy barracks here from Dolan in game number 2, but no, he's building his barracks at home. He is under the tenets that his base is his base, and he should build his units in his base. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised about that. But yeah, normal game thus far, although it's a interesting pylon in the north side of the map there from Astrea.
It's also a double gas being taken here for Astrea pretty early on, so yeah, maybe Dolan isn't the one that is masterminding his way out of this. It's Astrea who's attempting to go a bit cheeky here, a different kind of fun in the second map.
Yeah, this is so weird though. This pylon on the north side, there's the cancel there. Dolan says, okay, double gas. There's no natural. This is a little bit spooky here. Better cancel my natural, but at the very least build it on the high ground. Oh, there's nothing being built here. There's no probe nearby. Astrea, I think he's just shouldn't take his natural. Like, what is
this? This is the biggest brain fake out that I've seen in a long while. He has the zealot here, so his natural is in no danger to get blocked or anything. So yeah, he just takes the natural behind it. He's showing them, hey, I'm missing a pylon. I'm taking double gas, and that was the exact reaction that Astrea wanted to have there. Canceling that CC, completely throwing off the Terran player of his build is huge.
Yeah, I mean, he's still going to make use of that gas. He's still going Stargate after Warpgate here, which is fine. Actually, it's really interesting. 99 times out of 100, unless you're trapped. In every matchup, a Protoss player that they do go Stargate, they do go Warpgate, or they do Stargate into Warpgate, because you get your Warpgate units out just a little bit faster, and it's fine. If you're trapped, you will go, of course. Oh God, Astrea, what a catch! And now that means, there we go, it's going to get canceled. Astrea with the quick force field. The Reaper goes down. No attempted Reaper bunker. Dolan cannot punish this whatsoever. And the forethought to get a sentry as your third unit out of your gateway in a game like this. Well done, Astrea. That was pretty slick.
Dolan must really be kicking himself here. This is after the first map, with these Phoenixes heading over your production buildings all this time, you're already not in a great mental mindset. And with this early game going the way it went, with the CC being cancelled, with the Reaper being force fielded, he cannot be happy about this.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Now, you talk about Phoenix play. Astrea is doing it once again. Phoenix are coming on out here. Oh, no. Dolan, he's going Cloaked Banshee into Phoenix play. And there's a Robo all the way out, so he will have observers. This is going from bad to worse here for Dolan in this game number 2.
Yeah, he's lifting his newly built command center over to his natural. Now, it's not even an orbital command, and the Phoenix, it gets the scout. It's patrolling over that starport. It's like, hey, I know what's happening down there. Just picks up the Cyclone to cancel the lock-on. Just That's the biggest FU move a Protoss can ever pull off there in that early game. You know, he could have just flown out of there, broken the lock on. Nope, he goes in, picks up the Cyclone to break it. It's Astrea, that man is having fun.
Yeah, Astrea just establishing utter dominance in this series. Yeah, you're right. He is having fun, but he's having fun in the way we talked about. He's absolutely stealing fun from his opponent. He's like, Dolan, you're going to click Banshees. That sounds like fun. I'm gonna let you know that I know exactly what's happening here. I'm gonna just post up on it because he can't really do anything to my Phoenix at this point. And yeah, look, hey, so Cloak was completed, but no
He never
Banshees
finished the
are
Banshee.
being made. Oh, there's one actually.
Oh, okay. One finished. There was a second one in production that he did cancel, I believe. So, yeah, he's still going through with his plan here with this move out. Astrea did hallucinate another Phoenix to get confirmation on this. So, this time around, Astrea, he's building his third base a bit earlier than last time around, so maybe this time around he could be a bit more vulnerable to this kind of move out, but he knows that it's coming and he should be prepared.
Yeah, he's got the observers. He's got 5 Phoenix in the air. We have, of course, Immortals being produced here. There we go. Nice force field. It will get like about half damage there on that Cyclone, but I mean the boys have been pulled with this. This is not an easy hold to make happen. But there's a shield battery here, so that should be able to heal things up. And now the Phoenix have arrived. Tanks, they want to go lift things, and well, they're going to get some shots off. This third base really as much as a magnet, damage magnet, as much as anything else, right? The whole goal for that is to. I don't know if that's what you want to spend your lifts on there, Astrea, but you know what? Eventually, you're going to have enough time as. Now we will see the SCVs. The bunkers are going to go down, but now a bunch of adepts shading on top of this army as the tanks are not quite seized on up here. There we go. The shade, the commitment going on. The Phoenix are going to get lift ups on top of these tanks eventually, I would think. But for right now, Disruptor says, no. Disruptor is going to kill one tank. Second tank is going to die to some Immortals here. I like the attempt from Dolan. I really do. But Astrea has been on top of this from the get-go. He's going to break this one rather easily. Third base is still up. And, yeah. Dolan's push has been pushed aside.
It is not looking great for the Terran player here. Third base for the Protoss remains up. 20 workers, even more ahead. And, well, Dolan really has to come up with the rabbit out of the hat here to pull this one around. This is not great, and now these Phoenixes show up again, and Dolan's like, damn it, once again. He gets one for his troubles, but they are still super annoying. They're still lifting SCVs. Now 30 workers ahead Astrea at this point. Phoenixes are, they're only 3, but they're still finding value. Gets the fresh mule as well. This is so frustrating for Dolan. I can't help but feel a little bit bad for him.
Dolan's trying, and I mean, you gotta. Your prediction and the one I agreed with was absolutely Astrea 2-0. It's Dolan's good. He's got a bunch of great builds, but sometimes it takes more than just some really good builds to make things happen. And when you are a player that is very good in part because you have a bunch of funky builds, you're gonna have a player scouting harder. You're gonna have a player that's kind of expecting that a little bit more. And Astrea absolutely did that in this game, just really not being taken by surprise by anything that Dolan was looking for. And honestly, his Phoenix play has been exemplar in this series. But you know what? Dolan says, okay, well, you know what? I can build a lot of tanks, and I can turtle this up. I can play mech effectively in this game. I mean, yes, Stim is on the way, but we have 4 tanks on the field and more in production, I assume, once they're ready. That's a lot of tanks. It's going to be very difficult here for Astrea to try to break his Terran opponent if things stay as they are.
If things stay as they are, indeed. But yeah, behind this, Astrea just pulling more and more ahead, taking that 4th base, getting up that Colossus count. I think the thing that Dolan is really banking on here is the fact that he can maybe with a big follow-up all-in off of these 2 bases get a dent into the defenses of Astrea. But yeah, we as observers, we see the Colossus are here. They're already 2 out on the field. The 3rd is about to be completed. I'm afraid Dolan, he might just pull the SCVs once again. Yeah, there actually we see it. And against 3 Colossus, the Phoenix, they even swoop in there and pick up a bunch of these SCVs, which is, yeah, just okay, these reinforcements are better pickups for sure, but yeah, Dolan is just going to run into an absolute brick wall, and as soon as these Colossus are going to get lasers into the Marines, I'm afraid Dolan is going to GG out of this game.
Yeah, it's Astrea's been a little suspect with his Phoenix pickup prioritization. You know, getting a couple of those SCVs. Really, and in general, in the push, getting those SCVs did make a little bit of sense, right? You want to prevent the bunker from happening, but honestly, okay, yeah, Astrea's just going to give up this base. It's like, look, I don't need this base. This is not a good position for me to defend into, really not with the tanks behind those rocks, so he can have it. I already got another third. It's like, oh, never mind. I'm forgetting my reference, but it's okay here because now the Chancellor's going to get on top of things. Tank 1 goes down, Tank 2 goes down, Tank 3 goes down. Fourth tank, it's going to go survive a little bit longer, but not long enough. GG Astrea, 2-0 over Dolan.